Hey guys, hope you're okay, and hope you enjoyed my latest Jamir videos. So today we are on my free-to-play Saga account, and we're just going to play a bit of free-to-play Galactic Duel. So I cannot be bothered to get all my Cosmos, so that's why I'm not using Mew here. So I'm using DC Shiro instead. Probably later or tomorrow I'm going to set up the Cosmos also Mew. At the moment I switched all the Mew Cosmos onto Odysseus except the legendary one, and that's why my Mew is basically naked. But let's see. So we are late in the month, so I don't think I'll be able to get extremely high. But let's see how a free-to-play account can play in Galactic Duel. So here I'm just really doing this to gain a bit of extra physical and cosmic damage resistance. So as you see, even on free-to-play account, it's very important to have a fast June, because she does help quite a lot. One character that I miss on this free-to-play account, and I'm waiting for it to return, is Underworld Shun, because it would definitely help. So let's check 577. So I'm not sure why he attacked June. So now Aphrodite works really well with Thanatos because it does allow to effectively remove reduce the physical defense. So let's cast Black Rose here. So you see now he has like 629 less physical defense. So the Thanatos ability is going to hurt quite a lot. Let's use Shutter just in case. It does look he's on autoplay. So let's mark Hades, because on the first turn Hades will still be under the Ares God skill, so it's going to transfer a lot of extra damage to the entire team. So as you see, still my Odysseus doesn't have the second skill at 5. It is the next upgrade I'm going to do on him. Let's go. So at this level in Galactic Duel, it makes a lot of sense to ban Gemini Kanon, because almost everyone tends to have him. with decent skills. Of course, if you're able to see that the opponent has Thanatos, I always recommend banning Thanatos if you know your opponent is going to use him, because Thanatos creates a lot more problems than Gemini Kanon. I'm not sure if I pressed yes on the ban of Gemini Kanon, so let's see what happens here. So the opponent has quite a lot of really strong characters. Thanatos, Hypnos, Ophiuchus, this is Shun. Let's see. So very important, again, you see, to have very fast June. So let's just reduce a bit the damage to activate Venom again. I quite like that he activated Doom there, because my decision can absorb quite a bit of damage. So let's go on Pisces, because he is effectively the last one, so at least I'm going to give to activate the first time Thanatos in the second round. And then we mark Hypnos. So let's weaken. Let's try. Unfortunately it didn't go in, so no reduced physical defense. So I do want to have the extra energy back, so I'm activating Ricochet purely to get a tiny bit more damage. And then let's go and absorb so unfortunately he didn't activate anything, so that's fine. I was hoping he would at least attack with Athena, would have made a lot of sense, but no problem. So the Ricochet will go now. That's it. And then let's try again to lower his physical defense. He got in, so he will now do loads of attacks there. It did hurt, but it's okay. So he's still continuing to do damage through Hypnos, but Hypnos now can no longer mark. So let's try to heal back a bit. So yes, definitely activated well, definitely he might have activated something else, but we want to try and kill Ophiuchus right now, because most likely also Hypnos is going to die, so let's try that. And that's it. And also, so now you see, this is what I already mentioned in my old video, one of my old videos. Basically, this state of Ophiuchus doesn't carry any debuff, so the Thanatos mark would have disappeared. So you see, like, it was fairly a strong team. So Hypnos, Thanatos, Ophiuchus, Athena, June, and Aphrodite, but sometimes you just need a bit of strategy, and it can be done. So let's see, we have a platinum opponent. So again, we go straight for Gemini Kanon here. No point in trying to guess what the opponent is going to do, so he's doing the same. So let's see, let's have a quick look. So he's using Shaka, Thanatos as well, Ophiuchus, and Underworld Shun and Pisces, so it is going to create some problems, but let's see. So it looks like he's going to struggle a bit with mana, to be honest, because as you see, like, he only has 2 mana, so he's not even using Marsh Fairy, so I'm not really sure what he plans to do there. But let's see. So June is there. So this made sense. So he's using Decelerator on Shaka. So my June has now lost 30. So she's at 576. So it's going to be a base attack from Ophiuchus. So now his Shaka is going to be faster than my June, which is fine, doesn't matter. So let's see what Pisces is using. So he's using these, but there is Underworld Shun there, so we just want to play it a bit safer. So we just go on, on this Shun. So it's important to try and have your Thanatos go first, because you see his Thanatos now charged my anger, which could be quite significant. So we are here, let's try to give back some HP to his Aphrodite. So definitely an interesting move, because I was going to use the Ares God skill on this Shun. It's fine, so we just use it here on Shaka. And then let's try to kill that Ophiuchus. So we start with Black Rose, but didn't decrease the defense, unfortunately. It's fine. So at this level in Galactic Duel, let's say below Immortal, having Underworld Shun makes a lot of difference. But you see, his Shaka, I mean, he's good, so he's basically preventing my this Shun. However, using Shaka every turn does give a lot of anger to Thanatos, and also is still like two energies used every turn, which is a lot and does limit what your team can do. So they're all full HP, so let's just try to, you see, there wasn't much you could do at this point. Hey Lotus, thank you. Okay, so let's see, we are getting matched against a Platinum. So let's see, again, we're quite low. If we know that the opponent has Thanatos, definitely go for Thanatos. But until you see the team of your opponent, always try to ban Gemini Kanon. It's definitely the safest bet. So you see also they keep banning my Gemini Kanon, which makes perfect sense. So let's have a quick look. So he's playing Thanatos and an interesting account. So let's see. So this is Seya like really got out of the meta, and I think the only team where it can be used right now is the team where you have a Gemini Kanon. So if this is is able to create the weaken, then Gemini Kanon potentially can kill the target in the first round before your opponent can even act. But playing this Seya without Gemini Kanon is just not great, unfortunately. So again, we activate Venom here purely to gain some damage resistance. We do not care that much. So this is a control team, and he has no way effectively of protecting his Thanatos, and so we just try to kill Thanatos first. Let's go beat on Saga. So let's see if his Radamantis is skilled. Again, he doesn't really have great skills. I think he's done well, so he clearly has Thanatos, so he's playing in a Platinum. But I guess it does tell you how important it is for a free-to-play or for a light spender to properly manage your resources. So again here I'm not really worried by anything specific. His Saga is awakened, so we want to avoid, so the only thing that could create problems really is the consecutive attacks from Saga. So we do this to be sure to kill Thanatos. We try to reduce the physical defense, but it didn't work. So he has 5 manas, he's going to have 7 manas, and because of that we're going to activate Ricochet here. So we're also going to get back 1 energy. So and we protect Ophiuchus here. but you see how much damage the ricochet does. So, and of course there wasn't much you could do at that point. And we are on platinum. Yeah, he's a Lotus is a quite good account as free to play. I do miss Underworld Shun, for example. I'm really waiting for it to come back, and the reason is that Underworld Shun came out when I was basically getting my gems up for the cat, so I couldn't get him. So you see, Jamie Kanon keeps being banned. We will see that very shortly. We'll start seeing different bans there. So he's at level 59, so he's quite high. He does have Underworld Shun there. So he's going to be able to do a double attack with Shura to try and kill someone potentially. So let's again use Venom to increase my physical damage resistance. So he's clearly trying to do the massive attack with Doko in the next turn. So let's just start removing something from Doko. So he does do quite a bit of damage. You see, like, yeah, that did hurt on June. So let's remove the second cross on Doko. So you see, Doko is going to be able to do that Forcer attack, sorry, for Dragon's attack. So Doko, you see, has already the 4 dragons, so I will just try to kill it now. But before doing that, let's just try to remove Shura from the equation later on, purely because of the ability to take out from June's mark and because of the single target damage he does. So we do want to activate Shiryu there, and we should also try to activate Thanatos. So we do these. So we do Ricochet to try and kill that Doko. So let's protect Thanatos. So he's going to have to attack if he wants to use Doko. So in here we do activate. and we try to kill him, but it didn't work. But it's fine. Goodbye, Doko. You should really have tried to kill my Aphrodite, because that Aphrodite potentially is going to destroy him, but it is already over. Hey, yes, yeah, I've already asked for that. So again, let's continue with the Gemini Kanon ban. So interestingly, he did ban Thanatos, so that does make quite a big difference, because you saw how much of the damage Thanatos does carry. So this time we'll be playing with a more tactical, possibly, and a less explosive lineup. So there we are. So he's playing with Repair Cloth Mu. He's a good character, Repair Cloth Mu. I'm probably not the biggest fan, but he's definitely a good character. When playing against Mu, the RS good skill can make a lot of difference. So again, let's activate these to prevent the first shield being created. And then let's just protect my June. So we activate this here. Let's see if he has activated Shutter. So he hasn't activated Shutter. And now we go on Mu. And then we start decreasing physical defenses, hopefully, but no, didn't go in. So he's not playing Underworld Shun here, so it does make sense to attack with Gemini Kanon, so let's do that. It doesn't really hurt that much. The damage of Ophiuchus is not particularly high, so it's a quite low skilled Ophiuchus. So he has healed back. Let's again go on June. So you see the shutter enters there, effectively completely neutralized Mu. So if you're playing with the Mu, you really need to be careful because Ophiuchus can completely nullify that strategy. So let's reduce some physical defenses there. So yes, so we reduce the Mu's physical defense, which is going to be very important. Now, because we have Aphrodite here, is going to do some massive damage, so we're not going to use cannons there. So we're just going to do some basic attacks on Mu, because he takes increased damage and he transfers increased damage, of course, to the whole team. So very likely here we're going to have multiple attacks from Mu. But there isn't much really we can do with Ophiuchus right now because we are full HP. Mu is going to do his basic attack, so we're just going to do a basic attack also with Ophiuchus. Again, we protect June. Didn't make a lot of sense to do that, but let's see. He's trying to kill Kanon, which does make sense. So again, we attack Moon because of increased damage, so see what kind of crazy damage Aphrodite does there. And now really we could kill Mu, but we just want to kill Mu there, and he's surrendered. So let's see. Yeah, Ophiuchus is really expensive, but there aren't going to be many expensive characters now, so you can just take it slowly. So I got him, and then I'm slowly raising his skills. So I'm doing a third one first, and then the second one, and then it will be the fourth one. So like the second and third should really be at 5. The fourth one, the higher the better. So as long as like your other characters are decently skilled, then it's fine. So he's going to play Hypnos. He's going to play Underworld Shun. He's going to play Mu. So he does have a very good team. So he did ban my Thanatos again, which does annoy me, so we're going to have to go with this. Let's see. So he's still deciding the team. So Hypnos is clearly a problem for DC Shiryu and for the crazy sustain that Hypnos provide. And we see a very fast Hypnos there. So he's healing. So clearly it will be something to address. So what is interesting is that after my Odysseus is going to be his Milo, the first attacker. So let's see how we can use it. Possibly not in the first turn, because he's likely going to activate June there. And also it's quite good that his Minos is after my Shiryu, so I'm going to be able to activate my Shiryu there. So let's just go on Hypnos, because he doesn't have the Underworld Shun protection. So it doesn't have Underworld Shun. So here we start going with Venom to increase the resistances, and then we start absorbing some damage with Underworld Shun. So we now activate, and we then so he's not playing Thanatos, and he hasn't marked this Shiryu, so placing the mark on Kanon is going to counter-attack on Hypnos. So it's not that much, but still a bit of damage. So again, here what I don't want is the continued sustain from Hypnos. So alternatively I could go on Minos, but the reality is that most of my damage will be done by Aphrodite, who is not bothered at all by Minos. So here we go on Hypnos, and we start decreasing resistances, hopefully. So okay, that's good. So we did decrease some physical resistance on Hypnos. So you can only place 2 marks now, and then for 2 turns you won't be able to place marks. So for some reason he placed it on this Shun. So the next attacker will effectively be Milo. So here we try to ricochet him. And again, we try to absorb a bit more damage on Kanon. So let's again go on Hypnos. So we're already counter-attacking from Kanon. We are now going to counter-attack also from this Shun. There goes the ricochet. See how much damage it did. I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do, but let's see. So we got 3 extra roses plus 1, so it's going to be a decent amount of roses. So let's try to debuff June. So it went in. So let's see if we're lucky. No, we weren't really lucky. And still we got few counter attacks. So because of Doom, my Underworld Shun has really absorbed quite a lot of damage. So let's play aggressively again. So unless he does a basic attack with Underworld Shun, he's going to get another ricochet in his face. So as we saw earlier, not much point to attack with Kanon here because the energies on Aphrodite will do a lot more damage. So we attack Hypnos because he does have the increased damage taken. So the smart move here would be to do a basic attack to trigger the ricochet. Let's see if he does that. No, he just gave double turn to Mew. And he did a basic attack with Shiryu somehow instead of using energies, so I don't really understand, but okay. So there is going to be a ricochet now. That's quite a big ricochet. And that's it. So when you play against the Fucus, always watch out for ricochet. Watch what Cosmos like that of Fucus is using. So if he's using something like Torn Snake, you know that he plans to play at least to some degree in an offensive way. So keep that in mind. So again, perma Gemini Kanon ban, and this time also my opponent does that, which means I can use my strongest character and overall strongest character in the game right now, Thanatos. I mean, he's a gold opponent, so definitely less strong than some of the last ones we encountered, but not a reason to underestimate. So let's just play decently. So let's play with Venom again. So again, the biggest problem here is potentially repair Claude Shura. So we mark him, which means that he's almost certainly going to die on the second attack. So again, we just do a bit more damage there. It's probably not even going to get the second attack. So let's just take out Nero because she can be annoying. So let's just do a ricochet here. do this. So see how strong that ricochet is. "11 consecutive wins." So of course, like, I started very late, so I don't think I'll be able to get to legendary for this month. Let's see. Do you think you can get to legendary as free to play? And again. So this looks like a very good team. So Fucus, Thanatos, this is Shun, Underworld Shun and Mew. So very respectable team there. So you see, like here, I'm going to use it purely because of not wanting to give the anger to Thanatos. So that's why we're doing this. Now we protect June as usual. So let's see. So he's a fairly low skilled Thanatos. So I think we have 3 people watching right now. Hey guys, how are you doing? So it's my turn, just going to mark this is Shun here, and that's his ricochet. You see, like, you just need to be careful how you use your ricochet, because at that point possibly didn't make that much sense, because I had no energy, so it was going to be a basic attack from my Thanatos. So yeah, did a bit of damage, but nothing really crazy there. So again, let's try to get rid of that Shura. And then let's I tend not to use it on Ophiuchus because he's most of the time a waste. I'd rather have the increased attack for multiple turns, so that's why we go on Mew here. So let's try to decrease the physical defense of this Shun. Didn't work, but doesn't matter. Here we go again. So again, it will be his Underworld Shun, but I believe it's interesting. Let's just try to play a bit offensively, so we want the 1 energy back, so we can activate this Ishiri anyway. So let's see what happens. So he's doing this, so it's not going to be a great ricochet. So he's doing that, but Thanatos has already a fairly high anger, so we're just going to save this, and instead we do a bit more damage to Fucus. And then we try to effectively kill that Fucus the first time. And that's it. And still my Pisces has to act. So when under the god skill, Pisces can actually hit hidden characters. So here that's not the case, of course. So let's see, we still managed to kill Shura. So we do this. And then we try to heal a bit. And now, unfortunately, we have Thanatos debuff on, but we did absorb quite a lot of damage, so let's try to kill that Thanatos. There he goes. And so you see there isn't really much that he can do right now. So at this point, still, you should never underestimate your opponent, because Ophiuchus and his offensive abilities can really destroy your team. But there he goes. Oh, there is somebody from the same server. So again, well, very strange, he decides to ban Ophiuchus. Okay, which means I can play in the same team Kanon and Thanatos, which potentially are a lot worse than Ophiuchus, but well, let's see. So that's a fast Nero Priest. It's really good. But then most of all his other characters seem really slow. And he's fine. I mean, he's silencing my Kanon, but I wasn't going to use Kanon for attack in the first turn anyway. So he's almost creating a problem for himself. So we just removed that debuff from Kanon, and now we cannot use we cannot hit Andromeda. So we just go on middle. So Thanatos is going to release one AoE now. There it goes. So we want to remove here this Ishun from the equation, like by far the most annoying character in that lineup. So we try to do a bit of damage there, so it wasn't that much, unfortunately. So again, we take a bit more there. And then, so you could easily do like chain here. So we just want to be prepared for it, because you can also do another double attack from Milo, so we protect June. So if he does the chain attack, Milo is going to die now though. So that Milo is now dead. And now we mark Pisces. So he's going to do quite a lot of extra Rusis attacks. Unfortunately for him, that's the other AoE from Thanatos. And then Pisces closes the game. So let's do a couple more, and then we'll continue tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow we will see that the matches become more interesting as we progress towards the higher ranks. So if you watched my other videos, you will know that I feel that there are less people playing the game right now, and it's because of like these competitor game. It's not even really a competitor, it's a completely different game, Genshin Impact. I don't think it's a good game either. I think it's a fairly bad game, but definitely loads of people are starting to play that, and I see less and less people playing Sensei Awakening. We'll see what happens. I do think that Genshin Impact is going to disappear fairly soon, unless the developers of that game make some significant changes to the way that game works, especially for the end game. We'll see. So you see here, it makes sense to use the bind with this setup, and again we don't really want to activate 30 anger for Thanatos, and that's why we do that. So you see it's clearly set up to use the Thanatos energy skill. So we'll see what he does. So you see, he thought that my ricochet might be there, but it wasn't. So he's playing an offensive decision, which means that we mark him there. he decided to surrender. Let's go again. So I hope you guys are finding these useful. So again, the level of the opponents is not amazing, but you can definitely see some strategy, like how certain things work. So if you're playing around this level, let's say gold and platinum, and I think we'll see some diamonds soon, I hope that this is being useful to you. So for some reason he decided to ban Hypnos. Wow. Which means that we play with what I think is the ideal team that I can have with my characters right now, which is this one. So if he has a very fast Kanon, I can of course suffer here because I do not have Underworld Shun. So I tried to make my June fast, but she cannot be as fast as a fast Gemini Kanon. Let's see. So he decided to play with a quite strange team. So he's also playing a slow Shaka. So you see Shaka can effectively play there, so he could silence potentially my Thanatos. So let's just play offensively, let's try to kill that Shaka. Almost. So we could definitely kill a Shaka with shock, but let's try to trick him a bit. So loads of mana there. So he protected Shaka. So you see, he did mark his Saga, but this means that this Iki effectively cannot really transform now. So he will need to protect this Iki next turn. For some reason he's flying there, so he's giving more anger to Thanatos. So Shaka is now dead. And of course that also happens. So his Saga has a fairly decent awakened skill, so just to avoid his third attack, we play prudently here. We could probably have easily gone on this issue, but let's just play a bit more safely. So let's just kill that decision. Let's see. And always watch, when you do this type of attacks, always watch if the enemy decision has the Thanatos debuff, because it's very important to do that if you want to kill him, because with the Thanatos debuff the Dragon Tooth will not activate. So let's see. Not much damage. Still deciding to do this attack on Thanatos. So let's try to kill that Saga. Let's see. And Kiki is gone. And that's it. Platinum 3. Okay, let's just continue until the end of today's Galactic Duel. Few more. Let's see. Let's see if some. Oh, this is a diamond opponent. Let's see. Could it be the first loss? So he's a diamond opponent, and I'm almost considering banning Thanatos instead of Kanon. But let's just ban Kanon. And we're back with this Ishiri there. And that's an unusual team, if that's what he's playing with. Let's see. Level 59. Very sort of like defensive slash counter-attack team. So we activate June here. So let's see. That Hypnos is a fairly high skilled Hypnos. 1254, so he's more skilled than my main account's Hypnos. Let's see. So first mark on Ophiuchus. He activates Doom, which I do like a lot, because my Shun is going to absorb damage, and of course like is going to create marks for my Thanatos, so that's all good. So let's again play safely. Now, because my Ophiuchus here is slower than his move, I didn't activate Shatter, because if you activate Shatter in this situation, only one of the two walls created by Mu is destroyed. So because of that, no point really. So that's fairly decent defense, fairly decent. Yeah, let's just go on her. And of course we want to go on Mu. And now we start lowering the defense as much as we can. So, except from June, all these characters play before mine. She's fine. So it is in these cases that really absorbing as much damage as possible with this issue can really make the difference. So he's going to split, duplicate the wall now. You see, if I had activated the shutter, one wall would still have been created. So here he's not playing Thanatos, so I'm not really bothered to do an AoE attack with a Fucus. So see now, because of the slow, what happens to my... So you see, this Ishiguro is now protecting this Ishun and the Fucus, which means that now, so he hasn't marked my this Ishiguro, so he's going to counterattack now on this Ishun. So let's protect June, just in case. Basic attack from Thanatos. And let's try to decrease some physical defenses. Status stress from Mu. Is unfortunate, but let's see. So of course Pandora is doing quite a lot of healing there. So this is going to be the first of the 2 turns where his Mu is controlled, and we really need to try and close this here. So I had a low rage, and that's why it ended up like that. So again, we really want to try and maximize the damage from my Pisces. So again, so June is marked, so we cast it here on June. So I am considering doing a first attack here, which does make sense because it will carry on. So let's aim first on Mu there. So we do a basic attack. So again, we're saving for Pisces, because you see how much pain Pisces does, and of course then the other attack from this Ishun closed it. So this was a Diamond 4, level 59. Let's see. And we have another Platinum. So again, like permaban Gemini Kanon. He decides to ban Thanatos, which, as I said, is if you get it right, is your best possible ban. So very good for him. So he has a full account, level 59 So Thanatos, Ophiuchus, let's see, this could be tough. Actually, this is going to be tough. So there we go. So again, in particular in cases like this, Thanatos here is, Kanon here is just going to do basic attacks. There's no point in attacking with the Underworld Shroom protection. So we save mana, we can activate now Ophiuchus and Shiryu. So let's try to confuse him. Let's see. Yes, it's not Shatter there. Let's see if he has activated Shatter. No, he hasn't either. Smart June there. And here, with this setup, it is quite tricky, but possibly this is the only case where I'm actually going to go on Ophiuchus. It's very rare that I go on Ophiuchus, but let's do that. Let's try to kill that Underworld Shroom. So here again is it's kind of pointless, but because we do not have Thanatos, it could make a bit of sense to attack with Kanon, but no, I want to try to mess him up with Ophiuchus. So he has 3 manas there. So let's try this Ricochet. So that was very good of him. So well done, Cyril. Was a very good Ricochet. So again, we will just be healing up Ophiuchus, so we don't want to do that. I didn't really want to do that because I've lost my damage buff. So now we will get the attack from Thanatos. So to try and prevent like the extra damage, we now do an attack. So you see he did considerably less damage than he would have done otherwise. So that Mew could be a problem there. So we try to kill him. And we did it. And let's see. Yeah, it was enough. And that's it. So that was definitely a good opponent. So you did pretty well, Cyril. So well done. And yeah, let's try to just do a bit more damage there. There was no point in doing this because of course the more roses you have from Aphrodite the better. So in this case I always cast that to reduce the physical defense first. So this was level 59, I was using Thanatos of Fucus. As you see, sometimes strategy, like very often strategy can make a big difference. So this could be the very last. So we are right at the threshold. Let's see if we're able to find a match. Okay, so we were lucky. So this will be the last duel of the evening. So we keep going on Kanon. Oh wow, that's very new. Okay. So I'm going to have some problems with my Marsh Fairy. But I guess we'll try to survive anyway. I think my June is using Marsh Fairy, but nah. Am I using Marsh Fairy on my Gold Yoga? Such an unusual ban. No, I'm not. So fine, we'll be without Marsh Fairy. Let's try to kill that Kiki. It's not really working. I really hope his plan is not to try to kill somebody with the Aiolos. Oh no. That would really not go very well. So you see, when Thanatos is before Athena, especially if Athena doesn't have a lot of physical defense, it can make a lot of sense to do something like this. So let's see. So I wanted to keep the energy for my DC Shiryu, but it was just too inviting. and Ricochet closes it. So on that note, I think we close. So similar, like still Thanatos did more damage with a massive attack on Athena, but Odysseus did a very respectable 148.2k. So I mean, it is effectively, you see, is 5 times the amount done by Shura. So you see how massive Ricochet is. So I hope you enjoyed the games of this evening. So tomorrow I think it's going to be the day when I finally get Lune on my main account after a very painful 6 days. So tomorrow I should finally get him. So I think tomorrow I might be testing Lune a bit for Jamir purposes. But if not, I'll do another session of Galactic Duel as free to play. So I hope you enjoyed the video tonight, and again, please leave some comments, write in the chat to tell me what you would like to see next, and please subscribe to the channel because it does really help me to kind of continue make these videos. Have a good evening.